I'm Nupama Kallo, presenting before you the next topic of fourth unit of M&E, institutional support. Already you have learned role of MSMEs, liberalization, privatization, and globalization, and the effect of all these this LPG. So today we'll start with institutional support. The next part of the same topic or unit, starting a business or industrial unit. It may be a small business or it may be an industry. Various resources and facilities are required, as all of you know. Finance has been an important resource to start and run a business or enterprise, since it facilitates an entrepreneur to procure the land, building, plant, machineries, labor, energy, raw material, etc. Many small entrepreneurs, though have ideas and skills, are unable to start an enterprise or maybe a business for the want of money. They cannot afford to start a new business. Hence, the government has set up institutions to help in financing the enthusiastic and skilled people to start their own enterprise and run it. Entrepreneurs who wish to start a business or industrial unit require various resources, as all of you know: material, manpower, machinery, and finance, that is money. And also the infrastructure, facilities. Apart from that, they need to know the information related to start a business. Whom to approach, when to approach, how to get the permission, how to get the raw material, permission for the transportation of the raw material from various places, how to buy the energy, labor, what are the rules and regulations. That is very, very important to understand. Recognizing the need to help the budding entrepreneurs, to motivate, encourage, help, support the budding entrepreneurs. Both central government of India and all state governments have initiated and started various agencies, institutes, banks, boards, etc. throughout the country. Now, let us start with the institutions or the boards which the central government and the state governments have started, which are going to help the budding entrepreneurs to start their own venture or business or enterprise. So these are few different schemes, or you can say few different institutions which are going to support the entrepreneurs. TechShock, KIADB, I'll explain one by one later. KSSIDC, KSIMC, DIC, that is Single Window Agency, SISI, NSIC, SIDBI, KSFC. So we'll start with of course, it's maybe a repetition. Need for institutional support. What is the need? What is the requirement for starting or for governments to start such institutions? Every kind of business requires adequate amount of finance. That is the utmost important resource required to start a business. Any economic activity requires prior built-up infrastructure facilities for it to start. Of course, you know, we need to have the land, building, machinery, labor, energy, material, all these to start a business, whatever it may be. It may be from the small business like a spa, saloon, or it may be a big business like industry, manufacturing unit, or whatever it is. Creation of infrastructural facilities. To start an enterprise, we need to have all these facilities. This requires huge funds which small entrepreneurs cannot afford or always fall short of. For that purpose, these institutions which have been started long back by the government will support. Entrepreneur needs finance for what? To start an industry, for acquiring fixed assets such as land, building, machineries and all, developing a product, that is R&D, and encouraging or developing a product, men, machines at work. Encourage management to make progress. Already existing entrepreneurs or existing businesses there, to encourage them for their growth, which will contribute in the growth of the nation. So next part, how the government and non-government institutions support all these activities. Central and state governments provide various kinds of support and facilities to help small entrepreneurs, which help them to establish their industry in market and grow bigger. A separate Ministry of Small Scale Industries was created on October 14, 1999 to focus attention on SSI, that is small scale industries. Now renamed, the same one is renamed as the Ministry of Micro, Small and Medium Enterprise, that is MSME. Already you have learned. My colleague Srinidhi has explained all the things about MSME, that is role of MSME, how it contributes to the nation, all those things already he has discussed. For all the matters relating to micro, small, medium enterprises. Before 1999, the same ministry was known as by the name of Small Scale Industries and Agro and Rural Industries. The objective was to improve or to encourage the rural community to come up with their new ideas or skills, so that they can start their own enterprise or a small business, which will reach all the places of India, all parts of India, I mean to say. Work of Ministry of SSI initiates various activities. They make the policies or policy measures. What are the policies or the rules, regulations to be followed to start with a new business? How to start, whom to approach, from where to take the permission for land, building, whatever it is, for energy, what about the energy audit, any kind of interaction with the government or some other bodies, the policies will be made by Ministry of SSI. And they initiate various programs also, so that they can train, they can develop the skill, they can motivate the people from various parts of India. Maybe they are from the rural background, but they have the skill, they don't know how to start their business. The programs will be conducted to start a business. The training will be given to the people, those who are interested. Schemes for promotion of SSI. So promoting the SSI, small scale industries, maybe cottage industries, maybe small rural industries, to promote them, to give the encouragement, to motivate such people, the schemes have been developed by the Ministry of SSI. Now just we will look into SSI support agencies and specialized services support agencies. So as you can see, these are the central government agencies, these are the state government agencies. So here you can see these are the central government agencies, and these are the state government agencies and other associations which are helping SSI, small scale industries. So all this we will take up one by one. SSI board, CEDO, SSIS, SRSIS, you can read that. then all these DICS, SFCs, SSIDC, TechSoft, other agencies. Here you can see providers of finance and specialized support services to the people or to the budding entrepreneurs. Finance, many bodies are there, commercial banks, RRBs, cooperative banks, and state level KSFC, Karnataka State Finance Corporation. I think you have heard that. SIDC, SSIDC, and others, all this, NABARD and SIC. You are learning few of them in the later stage. Technical training, CEDO, SSIS, again you can read it. These are for the technical training. So they conduct the program to improve the technical skill of the people, those who are interested to start their business, so that it will be easier for them use their technical capability to grow or to start an enterprise. And these are the industrial inputs. This is for marketing. How to do the marketing? Where to find the market? How to find the market? The prospective, the prospective buyers. Identify the prospective buyers, the market conditions, all that kind of information will be given by these agencies. And entrepreneurial development, how to develop the enterprise, that will be given by all these agencies. And then technology upgradation. Suppose if at all already you have an enterprise, you want to upgrade your technology, you want to go further or grow with a new technology, you want to use a higher version or of the technology, or you want to use a different technology which is already other than which is already existing. So for that, all these agencies are helping the entrepreneurs. So now we'll start one by one. That is the first one. Some of them are there for your syllabus, which we are going to study. In that, first one is TechSoft, Technical Consultancy Services Organization of Karnataka. So if at all you want more information, you can refer this website and you can understand that better. So about the TechSoft. TechSoft is a multidisciplinary management consultancy organization promoted by the government of Karnataka to provide reliable consultancy services in India. This is the consultancy services. You can go with your problem or the idea. So they will give the consultancy related to how to start a business, which is related to your idea. Okay? How to get the permission for that, how to buy, maybe how to buy the place or space or place, whatever, land, building, machinery, or how to buy the labor, how to get the labor, from where to get, all that information will be given. TechSoft has been excelling its expertise in a wide range of services. What all services this TechSoft provides to the entrepreneur? It conducts feasibility study for your new idea. Okay? Feasibility study in the sense, whatever product you are manufacturing or whatever business you want to start, whether it is feasible or not. Practically, whether it is possible to start such an activity or such a business or not. That information will be given by TechSoft. Market research, whether such type of products are available in the market, what will be the demand for your product, whether the customer or the buyer is going to accept your product or not, all such information will be given. Valuation of the asset, if at all you want to go for availing the loan from agencies, whatever assets you have, you need to pledge them. So for that, valuation of assets, whatever you have, maybe a small, the asset, a smaller asset. Environment impact studies, energy management and audit, what type of energy you require for your business, how you are going to get it, what about the audit of that type of energy. All that information will be given by TechSoft to you, the entrepreneurs. corporate plan, recognition and restructuring of enterprise, manpower planning, that is the capacity planning. How many people are required to carry out the activities in the organization which you are planning to start, or you want to expand for the expansion of your business or enterprise. Budgetary control systems, mergers and acquisitions, investment opportunities, how much you can invest and how much is ROI, technology transfer, so you want to upgrade your technology in your organization. All that information, whether it is feasible or not, how you are going to do it, whom to approach, how to get the permission, all that information will be given by TechSoc. Then diagnostic studies. Okay. Also designing and organizing training programs in all related areas. Suppose yours is a manufacturing industry, what type of training is required for the people, those who are working in the organization. They identify it, of course in consultation with you, in discussion with you, you are supposed to approach TechSoc. They design and organize the training programs for such people, which is very, very helpful for those people to improve their productivity, efficiency, so that they can work hard and in turn improve the productivity of the organization. TechSoc is also concentrating on studies relating to cleaner production technologies and methods. Of course, the fifth M, 4 M's already you know, man, machine, materials and money. The fifth M, already I have explained that in the class, that is method. How you are carrying out the activities in the organization, which is related to industrial engineering. How to improve the productivity of the organization related to what type of method you are using, the procedural steps to carry out the activities you are using. That information also will be given by TechSoc to some extent. You can consult them for that. A powerhouse of expertise. The TechSoc consultancy is driven by top-notch professionals. Professionals are the members of this TechSoc from different disciplines. That is also equally important. Engineers, management experts, economists and financial consultants. TechSoc partners with reputed national and multinational consultants, outsourcing expertise for professional synergy. Then other services. What all services? The Technical Consultancy Service Organization of Karnataka, that is TechSoc, provides. Location-specific identification of investment opportunities, assistance in obtaining statutory and procedural clearances. That's what I told. How to get the permission, legal. Okay, what are the, whom to approach, which is the, whether to approach the lawyer or whether to approach the government organization to get the permission, all that will be explained. The assistance will be given by technical consultancy for the entrepreneurs. Feasibility studies, as already you know. Environment impact studies, what type of industry or what type of enterprise you are going to start, what type of pollution is will be there after the manufacturing process, how to dispose it, all those things. So that is environment impact studies. Preparation of detailed project reports as per investment norms and financial norms. Detailed project reports need to be prepared by the entrepreneur, and it need to be, and to prepare that, the TechSoc is helping the entrepreneur so that they can easily get the permission. Market survey and research, project implementation and turnkey assistance, recognition and restructuring of enterprise, valuation of assets, manpower planning, budgetary control system. And other services, energy management, audit, which is very, very important, corporate plan, technology transfer, diagnostic studies, rehabilitation of sick industries. And then management studies, company formation, corporate plan, enterprise restructuring, if at all it is required to restructure the enterprise. Consultancy for agro-based industries as a nodal agency of Government of India. Consultancy for merger, takeovers, I think you can understand, this is self-explanatory. Infrastructure development project reports, etc. Now you can see technical consultancy service organization, that is TechSoft. Who are the clients? Commerce and Industries Department of Karnataka, Fisheries Government of Karnataka, Sericulture Government of Karnataka, Tourism Government of Karnataka, Rural Development and Panchayat Raj Government of Karnataka, Women and Children Development Government of Karnataka. So this is about the TechSoft, that is the first institution, or you can say whatever is mentioned in your syllabus. This is about the TechSoft. So the next one is KIADB, that is Land of Opportunities. I'll explain that. Karnataka Industrial Areas Development Board, KIADB. So if at all you want to learn or understand more about this organization, then you can refer this. Okay. A premier industrial land provider. So about KIADB. Karnataka Industrial Areas Development Board is a statutory body constituted under Section 5 of Karnataka Industrial Areas Development Act in 1966 to promote rapid and orderly establishment and development of industry, for providing industrial infrastructural facilities and other amenities in industrial areas in the state of Karnataka. I think you can understand. Of course, this is Dembag was there in Dharwad. From Belgaum, if you are going towards Dharwad, first you will get industrial area which is developed by such organization. That is KIADB. Okay. KIAD Act 1966, a special act, provides for expeditious acquisition of land for industrial and infrastructure purposes. To develop industrial and infrastructure. To start an enterprise over there, if at all anybody want to start their own business or manufacturing unit or whatever at that place. So all other amenities required to start a business are available to those entrepreneurs. This is what is the actual service provided by KIADB. They develop the industrial areas wherein the entrepreneurs or the entrepreneurs can start their business. KIADB has so far developed 157 industrial areas in 29 districts in the state government, an extent of 55,957 acres. This is approximate. Okay. Approximately, this much acres of land they have acquired and they have developed it as an industrial area. Acquired the land for nearly 426 single unit complexes covering an extent of 52,904 acres, ensuring balanced industrial development in all regions with well thought of infrastructure and unique features. Instead of having the enterprise or the manufacturing unit in the middle of the town or somewhere, what they thought, they acquired a land which is very near to the city place or maybe B-type cities, very near to the cities. They have acquired the land and they have provided all the facilities required to start a business over there. so that all type of industries can come over there and start their business at one place, which will not be a disturbance to the people staying in cities. Okay. Aims and objectives of KIADB. Promote rapid and orderly development of industries in the state. Assist in implementation of policies. Rules, regulations, policies will be made by the Government of India. How to follow this? Okay. How to implement the policies of government within the purview of KIADB Act. Facilitate in establishing the infrastructure projects. It functions on no profit, no loss basis. The functions of KIADB. As I told, acquire the land and develop the industrial area in the state. Provide basic infrastructure in the industrial areas. Acquire land for single unit complexes. Acquire land for government agencies for their schemes and infrastructure projects. KIADB functions, functional wings. Acquisition, what all functions it does? Engineering, allotment, the projects, identification of the projects, assisting in finance and accounts and administration. The functional wings, the first one is acquisition. The acquisition section of KIADB conducts the proceedings for acquisition of land as per the KIADB of Act 1966 and hand over them to KIAD Act of 1966 and hand over them to KIADB. That's the board. Okay. Special Deputy Commissioner heads the acquisition wing and is assisted by special land acquisition officers at zonal level. KIADB identifies land for development of industrial areas, for single unit complexes, project schemes envisaged by the government. On ascertaining the suitability of land, notifications under relevant provisions are issued under KIAD Act of 1966 with the approval of the government. Second section is engineering section. Prepares a design and development plan taking into consideration different parameters like topography of the area, infrastructure requirements, statutory and regulatory requirements, coordination with other agencies. Chief Development Officer and Chief Engineer heads engineering section assisted by development officers at the zonal office. This is engineering section. And the continuation. This wing also provides services to the allottees whom you have allotted by approving building plans. Once you have approved the land, the entrepreneur has to submit his building plan to the KIADB. That he has to get the permission for having that type of building in the industrial area by KIADB. This is what it is. Providing water supply connections, of course it is required for all industries. No objection certificate, that is NOC, for obtaining power connection. I think you can understand this. Providing infrastructure facilities, addressing the grievances of allottees in the related matters. All above related matters, all these, if at all any grievances are there from the allottees, that will be considered by the KIADB. Then next wing, functional wing, that is allotment. This section is headed by secretary and joint director, assisted by assistant secretaries at head office, head office and zonal office. Requests and entrepreneurs in the matter of leasing. If at all the entrepreneur want to take a land or a building on lease, what is the procedure? How to go about? How to go or how to get the permission for that type of transaction? All that will be done by the allotment functional wing of KIADB. Documentation. Insurance, it is insurance. Insurance of no objectional certificates for financial assistance, needful clearances, CC, clearance certificate, for change in activity, change in constitution, maintenance of payment records of allottees, insurance of absolute sale deeds, etc. are attended by allotment section. Then project wing. This section headed by a general manager who look after the special projects announced by Government of Karnataka and Government of India. So the special projects announced by either central government or state government, such projects will be handled in all respects by functional wings. Functional wing, project functional wing. The next one is finance and accounts. Controller of finance, heads of account section assisted by accounts officer and assistant accounts officer and assistant secretary. They look after this finance and accounts. This wing of KIADB is engaged in drawing of budgetary proposals, project financing, planning, monitoring and maintaining the process related to mobilization of finance for projects, preparation of final accounts, right, and other activities which are related to finance and accounts. Then administration wing. General manager is the head of this department and is assisted by assistant secretary. So this shows who is the in charge of this wing. This section has overall responsibility of general administration, human resource management and other related matters. This section ensures that the employees in this board are the best with professionalism and providing training, refresher courses, etc. for better productivity in the organization. As I told, small scale industries are the small scale industries or these units. SSI is the backbone of the growth of India. So to become a developed country, we need to concentrate on all these SSIs, or we need to promote all these SSIs or MSMEs, you can say. To do that, we need to provide a proper training to the people, those who are interested in starting a business, or the people, those who are working in such type of businesses, maybe technically or maybe management skills, anything it could be, or refresher courses need to be given to them so that they can upgrade themselves, they can improve their efficiency, as I told, improve their productivity, so they can contribute properly to the organization. In turn, we can improve the productivity of the organization. In turn, we can grow, or we can contribute towards the growth of the organization as well as in turn the growth of India. So the key projects, what are the key projects? Special economic zone. A special economic zone, that is SEZ, is a specially delineated duty-free enclave deemed to be foreign territory for the purpose of trade operations, duties and tariffs. All this information related to foreign transaction will be given by this KIADB. That information will be given by this KIADB. Few projects, many other projects are also there. I have mentioned only few projects and I have taken it from the slide share. Textile, SEZ, that is Hassan. What is the land, the area? It is mentioned over here. Pharmaceutical, Hassan, and ITES, SEZ, Mangalore, Dakshina Kannada district. Aerospace related, SEZ, there is special economic zone activities. Devanahalli, Bengaluru rural, and then again ITES, Gamanagatti, Dharwad. Gamangatti, actually it is Gamangatti, Dharwad. So these are the clients of KIADB. So you can read them. BML, Bosch, okay, Nestle, Wipro, SAP, Shell, Dell, TVS, Tata Consultancy, Telco, Volvo. All these are the clients of KIADB. So by seeing this, you can understand the importance of this institute, okay, government institute, government assisted organization. Now the next one is Karnataka State Small Industries Development Corporation Limited. Just a minute. So, KS, Karnataka State Small Industries Development Corporation Limited, or corporation, that is KSSIDC, established on 29th April 1960. The registered office of the company started functioning at Bengaluru in the state of Karnataka. Of course, it is KSSID Karnataka only. The company SSIDC is also there. It is Karnataka State Small Industries, then it will be KSSIDC. That's all. The company framed comprehensive and well-defined memorandum of association and articles of association, which permit the corporation to take up any activity aimed at rapid development of small-scale industry, subject to the guidelines issued by the government from time to time. So for the development of SSIs, small scale industries, that is SSIDC or KSSIDC, encourage the people to follow the guidelines issued by the government and carry out the activities of the enterprise. So the vision is an industry prosperous Karnataka, to develop, to have more number of industries so that we can contribute towards the nation for its growth in economy. Mission. The corporation's principal objective is to promote and develop small industries in the state. The mission is to that construction and utilization of infrastructure, especially in backward areas. They identify the backward areas and what all possible construction we can do over there, or we can develop the infrastructure over there, that they identify, they utilize it and encourage the people to start their industries in these areas. Procurement and marketing of raw materials, technical support and assistance. So they procure, they help in procuring the raw material or other components. They help the industries to procure. This Karnataka State Small Scale Industries Development Corporation helps the entrepreneurs to buy the raw materials, or you can say to procure the raw material, from where to buy, how to buy, what type of transportation is required, or how to get the permission for the transportation, all those things related to procurement of not only raw material, anything any material related to or components related to manufacturing unit, and also the marketing, and also how to market or how to do the marketing for their product. In this KSSIDC helps the entrepreneur or the person who is doing the business, help him or her, whoever, in marketing of their products. Okay, or it may be a marketing of raw material also. Some people are having raw material, so how to get the raw materials from them, how to procure the raw material for their industries, the entrepreneur has to decide. And these people help the people, those who are having the raw material also, to supply it to the various organizations or various units, SSIs. And also they give the technical support. Whatever technical support required, that in the backward area, that they assist or they help the entrepreneurs and they give the assistance. A concern of results, emphasis on quality and timely work, and willingness to understand the problems of entrepreneurs. The mission of this institute is they concern about the results, what will be the output of the organization, enterprise. And they give emphasis on the quality. What is the quality of the product? If at all it's a manufacturing industry, what is the quality of the product? If at all it is a service industry, what type of service, what type of quality service they are providing to the customers. Timely work. In time the work needs to be done, whether it is followed by the organization or not. That is also another concern, or that is the mission, to achieve that whatever help is required, that they give it to the entrepreneurs. Willingness to understand the problems of the entrepreneurs. They are very much interested to understand the problems associated with the entrepreneurs in all such areas. It is nothing but they are planning to promote the people to start their business in the backward area, so that they can develop all such areas, okay, by providing or by addressing the issues related to starting a business. So KSSIDC until 1960 it was called as Mysore Small Scale Industries Corporation, let it be, in rendering service to the small sector in the state for more than 50 years. The corporation has its own building in Rajajinagar Industrial Estate. From 1960, this took over the activities relating to management and setting up the industrial estate. So here, I told, near that Gamangatti or Ellur, no? That near Dharwad, the industrial estate they have developed. Distribution of raw materials. The corporation stated with the initial share capital of rupees 10 lakh. So the corporation started with an initial share capital of 10 lakhs. This corporation has started with the initial share of 10 lakhs. Now it has the capital of the company, whatever that this KSSIDC is around in 2015 it is, 5 years back, whatever is mentioned over there, that is 2,602 lakhs rupees. The corporation started with the following as its main services. So the services provided by this institute are establishment and management of industrial estate, first establishing the industrial estate and then managing it, procurement and distribution of raw material to all the industry people, assistant towards marketing, I told, dissemination of information by participating in the internal and international exhibitions. This is very, very important. They provide the information related to marketing or manufacturing or technology, whatever, to the people, those who have started their enterprise in these areas, by participating in the internal and international exhibitions. They take the idea from all these exhibitions, they provide it to the entrepreneurs. Supply of machinery under hire purchase scheme. They can purchase or they can go for hiring the machineries and the entrepreneurs or the businessmen, providing guidance to SSI entrepreneurs. All type of guidance, help, support required to start SSI or to develop SSI or to grow. This KSS IDC is there to help them, to support them, providing technical library facilities. Then activities of engineering wing of this institute is conceptualizing, designing, planning, constructing and establishing industrial estates in the state, as I mentioned, planning, constructing live cum work sheds. I think you can see the many work sheds are there in Hiddenba. Engaged in activities like handloom, handicraft, leather industries, power loom development. So it is in the rural areas, in the backward areas. All the skill is there, but they don't know how to use their skill, knowledge, experience to start a business. So KSSIDC will help them to start their business in these areas. Provide necessary infrastructure to the government's Vishwa program. Okay. Planning and constructing auxiliary industrial estates in the vicinities of large industries, so that large industries are manufacturing some products. For these products, they are procuring some of the components or some small whatever raw material or the other components from some other industries they are procuring. To assist them, this KSSIDC will help those small industries to start their industries very near to the bigger industries, so that they can reduce the unnecessary transportation, the time required for that, the unnecessary the wastage of money in transporting, all those things. They help such small industries. Planning and constructing flatted factory sheds in Electronic City at Pinya Industrial Estate, Bangalore. Maintenance of industrial estates, that is also equally important. Establishing the industrial area is one step. So maintaining the industrial areas, which is more useful, more beneficial to the people, those who have started industries over there. So this is about the KSS IDC. So today we have completed 3 institutions. We have understood the functions, the objectives, the functional wings, okay, the roles of all these institutions. Okay, we'll start with KSRMC, that is Karnataka Small Industries Marketing Corporation.